and this extreme heat is impacting Hampton Roads in so many different ways. The environment is certainly one of them, and our military's infrastructure is another.
In fact, experts say 5 of the hottest summers on record in Hampton Roads have been since 2010, a sign that the area's hottest temperatures are becoming the norm.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, News 3 reporter Antoinette Delbel breaks it all down.
The hot spells we're seeing more and more of could eventually spell trouble for Hampton Roads, especially for our coastal communities.
The increased heat is one of the main contributors to sea level rise across the planet, but also here in Hampton Roads.
Morgan Butler with the Southern Environmental Law Center has been working on ways to combat erosion and flooding for years. He says higher temperatures lead to more storms, heat waves, and flooding, meaning those familiar sights of flooded streets and cars virtually underwater could happen more often.
The higher temperatures also cause evaporation and more moisture to be sticking in the atmosphere. And so that is part of what's driving the more intense storms that we're seeing in Hampton Roads and really across the country and across the world.
Butler warns warmer climates and greenhouse gases are raising the level of the ocean, and the problems are only going to get worse. The issue putting our area's Navy bases on high alert. According to a recent study, increased flooding and sea level rise could weaken the base's infrastructure over time and cut off access.
They're really at a point where they have got to figure out how they're going to address sea level rise.
The sweltering summer heat and global warming are also impacting agriculture.
Hotter temperatures are drying out soil and obviously makes it harder to grow crops. But also, when you have these more intense rainstorms on top of that drier soil, it's going to wash that soil away.
And when the temperatures cool down, that doesn't mean these problems go away. Butler says there's no quick fix, but doing things like cutting down on the amount of driving we do and using more wind and solar energy help. In Norfolk, Antoinette Delbel, News 3.